HVRL Cup dreams never stop until it's won. Corners cut precise like a chef with the blade. Every lap a legacy, the history we made. Tires screaming, engines humming, that's the anthem. Rivals in my rear view, yeah, I outran them. Tracks a battlefield, asphalt's my domain. Best of the best, y'all just playing in the rain. HVRL Cup Kings, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup dreams, we ain't slowing down. Apex predator, carving lines through the air. Victory in my veins, competition beware. Fast as a rumor, slick as a thief. Every curve I conquer's a moment of belief. Gasoline ambition, turbocharged soul. Pistons like a heartbeat, never lose control. Adrenaline's a drug, I'm addicted to the rush. Rolls my canvas, speeds the artist's brush. HVRL Cup Kings, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup dreams, we ain't slowing down. HVRL Cup Kings, HVRL Cup Kings, HVRL Cup Kings, yeah, we ain't slowing down. Son, HVRL Cup dreams never stop until it's won. Corners cut precise like a chef with the blade. Every lap a legacy, the history we made. Tires screaming, engines humming, that's the anthem. Rivals in my rear view, yeah, I outran them. Tracks a battlefield, asphalt's my domain. Best of the best, y'all just playing in the rain. HVRL Cup Kings, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup dreams, we ain't slowing down. Apex predator, carving lines through the air. Victory in my veins, competition beware. Fast as a rumor, slick as a thief. Every curve I conquer's a moment of belief. Gasoline ambition, turbocharged soul. Pistons like a heartbeat, never lose control. Adrenaline's a drug, I'm addicted to the rush. Rolls my canvas, speeds the artist's brush. HVRL Cup Kings, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup dreams, we ain't slowing down. HVRL Cup Kings, HVRL Cup Kings, HVRL Cup Kings, yeah, we ain't slowing down. Son, HVRL Cup dreams never stop until it's won. Corners cut precise like a chef with the blade. Every lap a legacy, the history we made. Tires screaming, engines humming, that's the anthem. Rivals in my rear view, yeah, I outran them. Tracks a battlefield, asphalt's my domain. Best of the best, y'all just playing in the rain. HVRL Cup Kings, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup dreams, we ain't slowing down. Apex predator, carving lines through the air. Victory in my veins, competition beware. Fast as a rumor, slick as a thief. Every curve I conquer's a moment of belief. Gasoline ambition, turbocharged soul. Pistons like a heartbeat, never lose control. 'control. Adrenaline's a drug, I'm addicted to the rush. Rolls my canvas, speeds the artist's brush. HVRL Cup dreams, we ain't slowing down. HVRL Cup Kings, HVRL Cup Kings, HVRL Cup Kings, yeah, we ain't slowing down. Son, HVRL Cup dreams never stop until it's won. Corners cut precise like a chef with the blade. Every lap a legacy, the history we made. Tires screaming, engines humming, that's the anthem. Rivals in my rear view, yeah, I outran them. Tracks a battlefield, asphalt's my domain. Best of the best, y'all just playing in the rain. HVRL Cup dreams, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup dreams, we ain't slowing down. HVRL Cup Kings, HVRL Cup Kings, yeah, we ain't slowing down. Speeds the artist's brush. HVRL Cup Kings, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup dreams, we ain't slowing down. HVRL Cup Kings, HVRL Cup Kings, HVRL Cup Kings, yeah, we ain't slowing down. Son, HVRL Cup dreams never stop until it's won. Corners cut precise like a chef with the blade. Every lap a legacy, the history we made. Tires screaming, engines humming, that's the anthem. Rivals in my rear view, yeah, I outran them. Tracks a battlefield, asphalt's my domain. Best of the best, y'all just playing in the rain. HVRL Cup Kings, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup dreams, we ain't slowing down. Apex predator, carving lines through the air. Victory in my veins, competition beware. Fast as a rumor, slick as a thief. Every curve I conquer's a moment of belief. Gasoline ambition, turbocharged soul. Pistons like a heartbeat, never lose control. Adrenaline's a drug, I'm addicted to the rush. Rolls my canvas, speeds the artist's Son, HVRL Cup dreams never stop until it's won. Corners cut precise like a chef with the blade. Every lap a legacy, the history we made. Tires screaming, engines humming, that's the anthem. Rivals in my rear view, yeah, I outran them. Tracks a battlefield, asphalt's my domain. Best of the best, y'all just playing in the rain. HVRL Cup Kings, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup dreams, we ain't slowing down. Apex predator, carving lines through the air. Victory in my veins, competition beware. Fast as a rumor, slick as a thief. Every curve I conquer's a moment of belief. Gasoline ambition, turbocharged soul. Pistons like a heartbeat, never lose control. Adrenaline's a drug, I'm addicted to the rush. Rolls my canvas, speeds the artist's brush. HVRL Cup Kings, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup dreams, we ain't slowing down. HVRL Cup Kings, HVRL Cup Kings, HVRL Cup Kings, yeah, we ain't slowing down. Son, HVRL Cup dreams never stop until it's won. Corners cut precise like a chef with the blade. Every lap a legacy, the history we made. Tires screaming, engines humming, that's the anthem. Rivals in my rear view, yeah, I outran them. Tracks a battlefield, asphalt's my domain. Best of the best, y'all just playing in the rain. HVRL Cup Kings, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup dreams, we ain't slowing down. Apex predator, carving lines through the air. Victory in my veins, competition beware. Fast as a rumor, slick as a thief. Every curve I conquer's a moment of belief. Gasoline ambition, turbocharged soul. Pistons like a heartbeat, never lose control. Adrenaline's a drug, I'm addicted to the rush. Rolls my canvas, speeds the artist's brush. HVRL Cup Kings, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup dreams, we ain't slowing down. HVRL Cup Kings, HVRL Cup Kings, HVRL Cup Kings, yeah, we ain't slowing down. Son, HVRL Cup dreams never stop until it's won. Corners cut precise like a chef with the blade. Every lap a legacy, the history we made. Tires screaming, engines humming, that's the anthem. Rivals in my rear view, yeah, I outran them. Tracks a battlefield, asphalt's my domain. Best of the best, y'all just playing in the rain. HVRL Cup Kings, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup dreams, we ain't slowing down. Apex predator, carving lines through the air. Victory in my veins, competition beware. Fast as a rumor, slick as a thief. Every curve I conquer's a moment of belief. Gasoline ambition, turbocharged soul. Pistons like a heartbeat, never lose control. Adrenaline's a drug, I'm addicted to the rush. Rolls my canvas, speeds the artist's brush. HVRL Cup Kings, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup dreams, we ain't slowing down. HVRL Cup Kings, HVRL Cup Kings, HVRL Cup Kings, yeah, we ain't slowing down. Son.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the High Velocity Racing Network here as the High Velocity Racing League Cup Series travels about 30 minutes east of Des Moines, Iowa, to take on the fastest short track on the planet, Iowa Speedway, in tonight's race, the Iowa Corn 175. We kick off the round of 8 here with some short track racing tonight as the playoff drivers look to punch their ticket into the Championship 4. And the non-playoff drivers try to play a spoiler and take a win away from a potential contender for that Championship 4. Tonight's race, the Iowa Corn 175. Like I said, week 15 here at Iowa Speedway. 3 additional sets of tires tonight, 1 fast repair stages at laps 52 and 105 at this just over 3/4 of a mile track. 70-degree ambient temperature and a cool track at 73 degrees here in Newton, Iowa. Looking at the round of 8, the drivers advancing from last week's finale of the round of 12 in Texas. You've got Ryzen Baker leading the points, 300 points ahead of second place Garrett Wiles. Then we've got Christian McCrelly, who is another 50 points behind Garrett. And then behind Christian is Jose Mercado on the cut line for the championship 4, and he sits 70 points behind the 22. Andrew McGarrigle only 10 points back on Jose Mercado on the other side of that cut line. And then Brandon Dayhoff and Sean Weiler both at 40-70, another 10 points behind McGarrigle, only 20 off the cut line. And then the last driver right now in the round of 8, Sean Happick, he sits another 10 points behind both Wilder and Dayhoff and 30 off the cut line. But enough about going into tonight. Let's take a look at the times so far. Well, so far, your points leader is the fastest out there in Ryzen Baker. Ryzen has a 22.313, faster than second fastest driver, who's right in front of him, of Jose Mercado. Jose's been a short track merchant here in High Velocity Racing League. Done a very good job on the short track racing. One of the faster drivers at Martinsville earlier in the season. He got caught up in some calamity partway through that race and took him out of contention. Third fastest, but sitting on pit road, Andrew McGarrigle with the 22.434. We'll see what Andrew can do. He's sitting on the other side of the cut line behind Mercado. This pit road is going to be problematic for everybody, too. It is in a very awkward spot. That's about as perfect a entry to pit road as you can get right there for Mercado. Staying tight to that wall. And checker flag flying for the practice session, so we will get moving right on in to qualifying here. And Mercado is one of the first ones on the track and out of pit road. See what he's able to do on his qualifying laps here. Early downshift. He does make the shift up a gear and then downshifting back on entry. Lap number 1 here for Mercado. Posted as a 22.689. Oh, it did not shift that time. And lap 2 was a 22.69, so right there on par. And there goes Andrew McGarrigle up to the top of the board. Here comes Ryzen. Looks like Ryzen might have caught the wall there. Nice. And here comes your second place in the points, Garrett Wiles. Tight there out of 4. Not sure if he caught the wall. We'll see here. He did not. An 8.28. Puts the 91 sitting 7th. Off of 4 here for the second time. .657 puts Wiles up to 3rd. And so far, nobody's been able to touch McGarrigle's 4.69. All right, here we go. Christian McCrelly on his first lap. Christian sitting 3rd in the points right now. Electing to come down pit road. And that'll do it. So we're going to hop out here for just a minute, and when we come back, we'll have our starting grid for tonight's race at Iowa Speedway, the Iowa Corns 175. We'll be right back here with our grid.
HVRL Cup dreams never stop until it's won. Corners cut precise like a chef with the blade. Every lap a legacy, the history we made. Tires screaming, engines humming, that's the anthem. Rivals in my rear view, yeah, I outran them. Tracks a battlefield, asphalt's my domain. Best of the best, y'all just playing in the rain. HVRL Cup King, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup dreams, we ain't slowing down. Apex predator, carving lines through the air. Victory in my veins, competition beware. Fast as a rumor, slick as a thief. Every curve I conquer's a moment of belief. Gasoline ambition, turbocharged soul. Pistons like a heartbeat, never lose control. Adrenaline's a drug, I'm addicted to the rush. Roads my canvas, speeds the artist's brush. HVRL Cup King, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup dreams, we ain't slowing down. HVRL Cup King, HVRL Cup King, HVRL Cup King, yeah, we ain't slowing down. Son, HVRL Cup dreams never stop until it's won. Corners cut precise like a chef with the blade. Every lap a legacy, the history we made. Tires screaming, engines humming, that's the anthem. Rivals in my rear view, yeah, I outran them. Tracks a battlefield, asphalt's my domain. Best of the best, y'all just playing in the rain. HVRL Cup King, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup dreams, we ain't slowing down. Apex predator, carving lines through the air. Victory in my veins, competition beware. Fast as a rumor, slick as a thief. Every curve I conquer's a moment of belief. Gasoline ambition, turbocharged soul. Pistons like a heartbeat, never lose control. Adrenaline's a drug, I'm addicted to the rush. Roads my canvas, speeds the artist's brush. HVRL Cup King, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup dreams, we ain't slowing down. HVRL Cup King, HVRL Cup King, HVRL Cup King, yeah, we ain't slowing down. Son, HVRL Cup dreams never stop until it's won. Corners cut precise like a chef with the blade. Every lap a legacy, the history we made. Tires screaming, engines humming, that's the anthem. Rivals in my rear view, yeah, I outran them. Tracks a battlefield, asphalt's my domain. Best of the best, y'all just playing in the rain. HVRL Cup King, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup dreams, we ain't slowing down. Apex predator, carving lines through the air. Victory in my veins, competition beware. Fast as a rumor, slick as a thief. Every curve I conquer's a moment of belief. Gasoline ambition, turbocharged soul. Pistons like a heartbeat, never lose control. Adrenaline's a drug, I'm addicted to the rush. Roads my canvas, speeds the artist's brush. HVRL Cup King, we the top of the track. Chasing every flag, no way we looking back. Best of the best, yeah, we taking the crown. HVRL Cup dreams, we ain't slowing down. HVRL Cup King, HVRL Cup King, HVRL Cup.
All right, here we are with our pole sitter, Andrew McGarrigle. Andrew, how are you feeling tonight coming into the race? I believe it's 10 points below the cut line, but with the pole here, how are you feeling about your chances tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'll be just fine tonight. It's definitely gonna be interesting how, the tires hold up, especially in dirty air. So hopefully I can just keep my nose clean and make up that 10-point deficit.
Yeah, I mean, with the pole, I think there's a 5-point bonus there for the pole as well. So I think you're only 5 going into the race now. Yeah, being clean is going to be key, of course, and you've shown some affinity with some speed midway through the season to this point. Good luck here tonight, and we'll hopefully talk to you a little bit later on.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
That's Andrew McGarrigle, your pollster. Let's take a look at the remainder of the grid as Andrew McGarrigle will be joined by Kevin Fry on the front row, followed up by Garrett Wiles in the number 91 and Tom Freitas in the 32, teammates there on row 2. Jose Mercado in the number 41 has Sean Wilder joining him in that third row. And then Keith Vaughn in the 23. Inside row number 4 with Ryan Stevenson in the number 5 car. Jace Keller in the car number 45 starts 9th tonight with Chris Polhamus rounding out the top 10 and finishing up row number 5. Christian McCrelly starts 11th tonight in the 22 with your points leader Ryzen Baker starting in 12th. Danny Gross in the number 39 starts in the 13th spot with Happy to his outside. And then Brandon Dayhoff in the number 51 with Shane Johnson in the 2 car, rounding out the field. Seen a lot of the same folks up front getting the pole and starting up front a lot this season. McGarrigle's been one of those drivers. Garrett Wiles has started up front a lot this season as well as Ryzen Baker. Jose Mercado's been near the front of the field for most of the season as well. Be interesting to see how tonight goes. 175 laps. Eight drivers trying to make their way into the championship 4 with a win here tonight. Pace car will be diving down pit road here. Into the restart zone we go. Andrew McGarrigle leads him in, and the green flag flies. A little bit of a tire spin it looked like there for McGarrigle, but he will get down into turn 1 cleanly. Moves up in front of second place Kevin Fry. Fry's under attack here from Garrett Wiles for that second spot already. Garrett dives it deep in turn 3. He'll clear. Next battle here is Mercado as he will clear Freitas. Now we move back a little bit through the field as Keith Vaughn looks to the inside on Wilder. Not going to find a spot there. He has the ability to move up, chooses not to, stays to the bottom. Meanwhile, Polhamus runs to the outside on Jace Keller. And Keith Vaughn dives down to the bottom once again inside on Wilder. And Ryzen Baker also diving it into the inside on Polhamus. Polhamus looking to get inside the 3 wide, and now it's 3 wide with Baker, who dives it hard down to the inside on Vaughn, who gets it turned up quick, and Wilder will bail out of that. Now battle here for 6th between Baker and Vaughn. Out front, Garrett Wiles and Andrew McGarrigle still battling it out for the race lead, as as Wiles is right there, ready to pounce if there's a mistake. And it looks like Baker has secured 6th. And it looks like most of the field has single filed out. So we'll hop back out front and take a peek at the battle for the race lead. Battle going on for 12th as McCrelly and Dayhoff duke it out. And looks like McCrelly going to secure that spot on Dayhoff. And the caution is out. And Freitas is around. And that's the yellow flag. See if we figure out what happened. And around goes the 32, and a blown motor for him as well, so he has to jump to pit road, but it was an aggressive dive there from Ryzen Baker. Take another look here. Yeah, hard to tell exactly what happened between the two there. A few drivers coming down pit road, though. And back through 3 and 4 we go. Green flag flies as McGarrigle starts to rip away. Wiles will clear Mercado. Happy up in front of Baker as Baker looks up the inside once again. Killer going way wide around the top. Vaughn side by side there with Keller. The energy should be leaning in favor off the cars off the high side a little bit. Looks like Keller should be clear of Vaughn here. He is not clear of Stevenson though, as Stevenson gets that right rear quarter panel. Out front, McGarrigle continuing to lead with Wiles sitting second. Ooh, a hard shot there into the outside wall from Mercado. That time Wiles had a turn 4 getting the wall. Here comes Ryzen Baker up the inside. Not able to get there. Mercado closing the door. Killer side by side with Bolhamus. And now Baker and Mercado going at it for third side by side. Baker will drive deep into turn 3. Parks the bus a little bit and gets it going. Up to third for Ryzen Baker. Baker side by side with Garrett Wiles now. And there goes Ryzen. Up to second. Fry goes by Happy for the 5th spot. Wilder gets by Happy as well. Happy might have let him by as well. I'm not sure. Didn't really see exactly how it happened. McGarrigle almost gets run over there by Baker. Falling back behind Keith Vaughn now as well. And then up here in 4th, Mercado under attack here from Kevin Fry. These guys have all gained back up on McGarrigle and Baker, though. Wiles, Mercado, and Fry, that is. Fry's looking up to the outside on Mercado. Gets the momentum built up and around Mercado goes Kevin Fry back up to 4th. Dayhoff is closed up on Happy. Almost into the back bumper of Happick. And here goes Dayhoff up the inside. Big check up there. Accordion effect as Fry had to get woed up into 3, and Wiles and Mercado both were not ready for that. And there goes Mercado up to 4th. Good job from all 3 of those guys not taking each other out. Mercado around the outside on Fry. Mercado goes for the crossover. Fry still right there on the back bumper of Baker. Mercado looks for the crossover. He goes to the inside. Fry not giving up on around the outside. Baker closing the door on Mercado. Fry has to get out of it. He was tight to the wall. And there goes Mercado charging back up to third. Now Fry looking for the crossover here with 9 to go. Great battles inside the top 5. Well, Mercado has to get out of it big time. Oh, and Mercado into Baker. And the caution out here. Just bang, hard shot to the left rear. And Stevenson, innocent bystander, the right door of that car just gets smacked. Good job by Fry and Wiles to avoid extra contact there with Mercado. That shouldn't be the stage. We should have a little sprint here at the end. should be a 2-lap sprint here for the stage. Should be lap 50 and 51, and then as they come around on the end of lap 51, that'll be stage number 1. Pace car down Pier Road. Green flag as McGarrigle pulls away. Three wide back there. They get it, seems like, figured out. Oh, and Mercado gonna shove him out of the way. And Jose gonna win the stage. Some strategy calls here. Moves Christian McCrelly out front. here we go. Stage 2. As the green flag flies. There goes Andrew McGarrigle looking to the inside on Danny Gross. And he's up to third. Jose Mercado right behind Danny now. He'll charge up the inside as well. Ryzen Baker also making moves. Ryzen will close the door on Danny. And now we'll go for a crossover on Mercado. Mercado gets shoved up the track. And that put Danny in a compromised spot. Mercado going to go ahead and close the door on Baker there. And Jace Keller will look to the inside on Danny Gross as well. And Danny's fallen back a little bit. Playing the strategy. Kevin Fry looks up the inside on Baker. So far, the strategy seemingly paying off here for McCrelly and Happick. And Fry's actually moved up to the 4th spot, right behind, or right ahead of Jose Mercado, rather, excuse me. And Wiles looks up the inside on Ryzen Baker. Mercado looked inside on Fry for a minute there. And Wiles right on the bumper of Mercado. He's trying to find an opening. Mercado's ready to go. He's looking to the inside on Fry. And he'll clear. That'll put Wiles and Fry side by side. Good clean racing there going on with these drivers around the top 5. Crowley is pulled away from Hapik, who is under siege by McGarrigle. Here comes the 11 up the inside. And Mercado closed the gap to Happy very fast as well. And he's going to look to the inside into 3 and 4. Now McGarrigle will start the task of trying to reel back in the race leader of McCrelly. Now Happy will be to the outside on Mercado. Jose will get by for 3rd. As Wiles will try to follow him through. He'll do just that. Happy will fall in back to the 5th spot. Back here, battle for the 7th position between Baker and Wilder. Now Keith Vaughn getting involved as well. Wiles looks to the outside on Mercado. And he'll get by Mercado for 3rd. McGarrigle has more than halved the gap to McCrelly. We're halfway through stage 2. And now McGarrigle's got a mirror full of the 91 of Wiles. Vaughn and Hapik still battling it out there for the 7th spot. And that time Vaughn charges out in front of Happy. And now Keller right up on the bumper of Hapik as well. And here goes Garrett Wiles looking up the inside. McGarrigle trying to keep that momentum up. Wiles has the inside. And he will clear for second. Now the hunt on for the race lead for Garrett Wiles. And he will clear McCrelly, a two-passer in one lap. He got by both those guys. And now Garrett Wiles, the new race leader. And now McGarrigle looks up the inside on McCrelly. He'll complete that pass for second. And a little bit of gap here. Back to the 4th place car of Mercado, who's back under attack from Kevin Fry. Hapik was just passed there by Dayhoff. Fry was able to get by Mercado for that 4th position. Yeah, here comes Wilder going by Happy. I don't know what that was all about. A lot going on there. Holy lap cars. That was sketchy. $13 to go here in the 2nd stage. And here comes McCrelly down pit road. So Fry gets by up into 3rd, and now he's changed his attack to being for that 2nd position on McGarrigle. Looks like Shane Johnson coming down pit road as well. And here goes Kevin Fry up the inside on car number 11. And there goes Kevin Fry up to second. Dayhoff closing in on Vaughn for the 6th spot. And Mercado and McGarrigle battling it out. Both those guys coming in real flat to turn 3. That washes Mercado up the track. And keeps him behind him, as well as getting Baker back involved. Jace Keller coming down pit road here. And Baker and Mercado side by side. There goes Ryzen Baker. Up to 4th. Now looking for 3rd as McGarrigle is there. Baker gets by. Mercado is going to get side by side with McGarrigle. Not quite clear yet. And there goes Mercado by McGarrigle as well. Fry coming down pit road this time around. That's going to give Baker 2nd behind Garrett Wiles. McGarrigle having to come down as well with 4 to go. Come around for 3 more laps to the end of the stage. Ryzen Baker charging and has closed that gap up to within 0.2. I don't think Baker is having to save anymore, and he's going to look up the inside on Wiles. And Ryzen Baker gets out to the lead once again. With 2 to go. And white flag here for stage 2. And Ryzen Baker has the lead. And how they're running in the standings right now is how they'll finish for stage number 2. Ryzen Baker is going to take the second stage. grab
Yes.
our Stage 2 winner, as that is Ryzen Baker, our points leader. Congrats on the Stage 2 win. Seems like you had saved earlier in the run and were able to catch up to Wiles there at the end. Take me through your second stage there, bud.
Yeah, it was kind of tricky because I was just gonna. I mean, Wiles is always just constantly saving, so I was like, whatever, I'll just save. So I started clutching in from the get-go, and I realized I had enough fuel. So as the run went through, I probably saved for 15 laps and made it. As the one went through, I'd try to pick up the pace, realize I didn't have enough fuel, I'd have to fall back, and that happened for every 10 laps for the stage, and then. Yeah, I got really close there at the end. Like 5 to go, maybe 10 to go. I knew I was gonna make it regardless, just because the pace had slowed down so much. So I started to push, caught Wiles, had point 2 of my tank left, but because the caution came out so late, we had to do another lap. My car shut off as I entered my box, so that scared me for a second, but we ended up being okay.
Yeah, and now I believe you're going to be coming out with the lead here. McGarrigle had to pit during the green flag there still, so you will be running the race lead. What's your chances here in the third stage?
I think it's gonna be good. It's gonna be kind of tricky to figure out what people are gonna do. Hoping it'll just be racing and not any more fuel saving, but you don't really know. So, yeah, it's right front wire has been devastating today. So I like my chances, but it's gonna be a little more tricky than usual.
All right, well, good luck the rest of the way, and maybe we'll talk to you at the end here.
Absolutely, thank you.
Rising going to take the top here on the restart. Just make sure I got him back down where yep, I did. Cool. So Ryzen takes the top. Garrett Wiles has the bottom. That's your front row here on the restart going in to the third and final stage. Wilder and Mercado in row 2, and Wilder's going to get a great jump on the high side. A full green flag run in stage number 2, and Mercado with a quick move to get by Wiles for second. If I had to guess, they're going to have to pit anyway, so they might as well push. And I think that's kind of where Mercado's head's at. He is looking to the inside already on Baker for the race lead. There goes Jose Mercado out to the race lead. McCarley looking to the inside on Vaughn. Baker and Wiles side by side. And Wiles looks like he'll have the advantage down here in 3 and 4. He'll clear Baker off of 4. Baker crossing it over. And Wiles will fully clear Baker there for second. And now Wilder closing in on Baker as well. And a good run for Baker, charging back up around the top side. Won't get to the quarter panel, and Wiles will be able to get clear here off of turn 4 for second still. Fry coming down pit road here early. Guessing to top off, so he should be able to, he thinks, make it to the end. No other reason you would pit that early in the stage. 3. Crelly and McGarrigle battling it out for 7th. And McGarrigle able to clear for now. Baker and Wilder battling hard for 3rd. Wilder around the top side. This is a great battle for 3rd right now. And Wilder finally able to secure it. Out front, Jose Mercado getting closed in on by Garrett Wiles once again. that was something. Vaughn does get clear of Happy there into the top 5 for the 23 car. Appick and McCrelly. Baker looking back up the inside on Wilder in the battle for third. And looks like Baker will make the pass happen down into 1 and 2. And Mercado started to separate once again from Garrett Wiles. Seems like Garrett is in save mode. Battle for position here between Hapick and McGarrigle. McGarrigle, hard shot to the outside wall there. Got big time tight. Car seems okay. Can't tell though. Baker's closed up on Garrett Wiles. Killer actually puts the car behind the wall for the night. And Wilder down pit road. So he's one of the first ones in the top 5 to come down. As Baker gets by Garrett Wiles for second. The real question is, when do Jose, Baker, Wiles, all these guys come down pit road? I mean, do they have to come down pit road? Can they make it to the end? Well, McGarrigle's coming down this time, as is Dayhoff. Yeah, here comes Mercado this time. That'll leave the lead to Rise and Baker. Happick and McCrully down this time. That leaves 3 drivers yet to pit. Baker, Wiles, and Vaughn, the 3 drivers, have not pit. Wilder got by Fry for the 4th spot. Mercado got by Fry, and he's looking to get by Happy as well. And here comes Ryzen. Garrett gonna follow him. Keith Vaughn staying out, so that'll give the lead to the 23 car. And now Vaughn, the only one to have not pit yet. And he's coming this time. Here come Wilder and Mercado. As they unlap themselves, Mercado will get by Sean Wilder. And they get out in front of both Baker and Wiles. So that'll leave Jose Mercado leading this race. As he comes around and passes Keith Vaughn on pit road. Keep an eye out for Ryzen Baker. Ryzen's got the fastest lap of the race so far. And he's churning to get back up to Sean Wilder. He's already at the back bumper of the 99. He'll make a move to the inside. Wilder taking the top. And Baker will make quick work of that. This time by 12 to go. Baker has continued to close the gap to Mercado. About 3/10 that lap. And Baker is there. Shows the nose to the inside. Battle of the Mustangs out front. Banging doors down the backstretch. Baker dives deep to the inside. And Ryzen Baker will take over the race lead once again. As they cross the line with 10 to go. And unfortunate for Fry again, he has to pit. And he continues to pull away. Hapik and Dayhoff battling a lap down for the 8th spot. Seems like Dayhoff going to get the better of him. And Baker hit the wall pretty hard there out of turn 4, but 5 to go for the 77. Two to go this time for Ryzen Baker as he leads his 23rd lap of the night. Hasn't been a lot of laps led for him, but he's had some speed all race long. And he comes back around to take the white flag this time by. Last time around here. For the final time off of turn 4, Ryzen Baker brings home the win in Iowa. All right, let's take a look at the race results for tonight's Iowa Corn 175. Ryzen Baker gets the win here tonight with Jose Mercado on the second step of the podium, and Garrett Wiles rounding out the top 3. Sean Wilder ends up in the 4th spot with Christian McCrelly in 5th. Andrew McGarrigle finishes in 6th tonight with Keith Vaughn in 7th. Brandon Dayhoff in 8th. Sean Happick in 9th. Kevin Fry rounding out the top 10. Chris Polhamus in 11th. Shane Johnson in 12th. Tom Freitas in 13th. Jace Keller 14th. Ryan Stevenson 15th. And Danny Gross rounding out the field here tonight in the 16th position. Well, we're missing our driver in the 2nd position, but we do have our 3rd place finisher in the 91 of Garrett Wiles. Garrett, not a bad night here tonight. Started 3rd, finished 3rd. How you feeling after the race tonight?
I feel pretty good. I'm a little irritated with myself. I mean, 3 weeks in a row, I've made stupid mistakes on pit road that cost me a chance. But I mean, it's first race of the round of 8 and getting some good points. I think as long as I start the next 2, I should be locked in for the final 4 with that, since I was almost 200 points over 4th or over 5th. So, I mean, all in all, it's a good points day. I mean, having a 0x, the leading laps, coming home 3rd, I think I'd be happy with that.
Yeah, and you had some good battles up in the top 5 for most of the race. Battling with Jose Mercado, Baker, McGarrigle. All 3 of those were some really good battles for you. What was the biggest challenge in that top 5 with all those battles?
Honestly, I wasn't really even trying anything. The entire race, I mean, I was just saving fuel. I mean, at the end of stage 1, I still had 3 laps left of fuel. I miscalculated on when the stage break was. I didn't realize it was 52, I think is what it was. I thought it was 54. And so I was like, okay, I'll save a little bit more. And then I realized, oh no, it's 54. And at that point, I think it was Ryzen or McGarrigle got around me and, or stayed up there or something like that. And I kind of messed myself over with a stage win. And the same thing with stage 2. I mean, I just being an idiot. I wasn't paying attention on when the actual laps were for the stage break, and Ryzen got around me, and at that point, by the time I started pushing, and I just couldn't get to him. So, but I mean, like I said, all in all, it's a good points day. I mean, I just saving fuel and trying to make it to the end. I didn't want to have any penalties going into next week because it's Sonoma and it's my favorite track, so I feel really good about Sonoma next week. So as long as I didn't cause any issues and have an EOL next week, I feel pretty good about next week. So we'll see. I'm not looking forward to the final 4 though, because I am not liking Darlington. I've been practicing every day and I've been struggling really bad. I just can't figure out Darlington. I'm not a really good Darlington driver. So you probably won't see me up towards the front a lot at Darlington. I'm just going to be riding, just trying to salvage as much points as I can. But I mean, it is what it is. Bristol, I feel good about. So we'll see. It'll be a battle for sure.
Yeah, Sonoma Auto Club to round out the round of 8. How you? I know you said Sonoma is one of your favorites. How do you feel about Auto Club as well?
Auto Club, I like Auto Club too. These 3 races in the round of 8 are tracks that I actually really like. So I feel good about them. I wish this and the final 4 were reversed, me personally, just because it suits me. But I mean, that's just where it comes out with the drivers. You know what I mean? So it's going to show who the drivers are for certain tracks and who is not at certain tracks. So I don't know. I think Darlington is going to be. I don't know. I really don't know how Darlington's going to go. After doing testing with the setup that we run in the league, I have a feeling it may have a lot of cautions because it gets really, really, really loose. But then again, that's also running test drives, so it's not going to have as much rubber on the ground. It may tighten up a little bit once we get people on, and then I might actually like it. Who knows? But for the round of this round here, the last 2 races, I feel really good about. Auto Club, I feel really good on, and especially Sonoma. I mean, I've done probably 500 laps in the last 2 weeks at Sonoma.
Jeez.
So I've actually done, like, our race, I think, is like 60 something laps, I think is what our race is going to be next week. And I've done 3 in one night alone. I did 3 full races with pit stops, everything with the setup. So I feel really good about Sonoma, and we'll see how it goes. If I get the win there, then Auto Club, I'm just gonna, I don't know yet, because Darlington. I mean, if I start in the back, it don't bother me, because like I said, I'm not very good at Darlington. So we'll see how it goes and kind of move forward. I mean, it's really all we can do.
All right. Well, anybody you want to shout out before we let you go tonight, Garrett?
My teammates, Chris and Tom, you guys up here in the booth, everybody that's a part associated with the admins, Dayhoff, Happy, Wilder. I mean, yeah, Wilder. Just everybody in the league. I've been having a lot of fun with the league and enjoying it. And then racing everybody today. I mean, I ran really, really good with. I know Ryzen and McGarrigle there for a little bit at the beginning of the race, where they were starting to save. They kind of caught on to what I was doing and realized that I was saving a lot, which was actually going to hurt them in the long run. And now they're actually starting to do the same thing. So I kind of showed my cards too soon. I should have waited until the playoffs to start doing that. But oh well. I mean, if everybody can save a little bit, I mean, no, it's not very good for the broadcast, but I mean, you kind of have to do what you got to do to try to get a win, and especially with the way the rule package is, if you win, you're in the next round. So it is what it is. But I mean, you guys up here in the booth for sure, and then my family. If my family wouldn't let me get on here every Monday, then I wouldn't be here. So I mean, especially my wife, my kids, everybody at the household. So I appreciate them very much.
All right, Garrett. Well, we will catch you next week at Sonoma, and probably talk to you there as well. So have a great night.
I plan on it. You have a good night.
Garrett Wiles, driver of the number 91, finishing third here tonight. Up next, we have our second place finisher in Jose Mercado, the number 41 driver. How you feeling after second place here tonight, Jose?
Feeling pretty good. Good points night. I feel like I gained points there on third place. I was at the cut line, so winning the stage and leading some laps, it felt pretty good.
Yeah, and definitely seemed like you had pace, especially in that stage there, and then I mean, just really, really good finish there for you. Some good battles with Baker and McGarrigle and Wiles throughout the night. Take me through your race, really.
Yeah, I was first 2 stages were a lot of fuel saving. I didn't pit that one caution on stage 1, so I had to fuel save. Then the second stage was all fuel saving the whole stage, so it wasn't really a lot of racing in the first 2 stages. Stage 3, felt like I had a good car, top 3 at least. Baker had the fastest. He started in the back and came to the front in like the first 5 laps. So felt like I had something for him. That last pit stop, I was debating between 2 and 4. I took 2. I took 4. He took 2. So if I had taken 2, there would have been a longer gap to him. But it is what it is. Second place, I'll take it.
Yeah, like you said, good points day is really, really key. And, going into the last couple of races, we've got Sonoma up next. I know you usually do very well on the road courses. How do you feel about Sonoma next week?
Oh, I love Sonoma, so I'm ready for that. Ready for Sonoma. Pretty sure I can get there. If I keep it on track, I should be able to be in the top 3 again. Then this Auto Club, don't know how to race Auto Club in a long time, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and there was a little bit of contact there between you and Baker in stage. I want to say that was stage 2. Not the caution one, the secondary one. It looked like Baker may have came up into you. Do you have any comment on that, or are you going to keep quiet on it?
Ah, it is what it is. I call it a racing incident. I we had contact in stage one. He was doing some things. He was throwing some really crazy blocks. I dove it in there. He tried to block, and he spun out of that. So I think he was just trying to show his displeasure. But all in all, I talked it over with him just now when we were waiting for it to be on the booth, and we're all good. On to the next one. Just
Awesome.
racing incidents. That's all.
Awesome. Good to hear. Good to hear you guys cleared the air on it. But all right, Jose. Well, anybody want to shout out before we let you go here tonight?
Everybody gets a league together. You know, you guys up there in the booth, and everybody puts everything together for us to have fun Monday nights, and appreciate everything you guys do. On to the next one.
All right, Jose. We will catch you next week as we go to Sonoma. Have a great night.
You too, man. Hopefully, I talk to you next week again.
Yes, of course. And that is second place finisher Jose Mercado. Last but certainly not least, we've got the number 77 Ryzen Baker, your race winner, and officially locked into the championship for Ryzen. How do you feel after your race win?
Feeling pretty good. It went exactly as I hoped. I mean, not a whole lot of fuel saving, just a little bit to give me that tire advantage, and then and then yeah, we were just able to kind of get by Mercado there. He took he took 4, so that I brought his time up a little bit from the time he had to gain from, pitting 5 laps earlier, and yeah, it worked out well for me just with those fresh tires. So worked out how I wanted it to.
So yeah, you said you took 2 tires there. How did the car feel after only taking 2 on that pit stop there?
It might have felt honestly better. I mean, it was loose. I think it was looser. So tonight was just a right front shredder. So any sort of looseness or rear rotation you can get out of the car, the better. So no, it was rolling. I had no doubts on the speed of my Ford Mustang. So yeah, taking 2 is definitely the right call there. It felt amazing.
And take me through your night. I mean, you were kind of at the back. You run your way through the front. Take me through the whole night as a whole for you at the race in Iowa here.
All right, the night as a whole. We practice. I hadn't really tested outside this, so it was okay. Track temp started to come up a little bit. Nobody could really set faster laps. Qualifying, just barely hit the wall at a 4 coming to my exit on my money lap. So invalidated both my laps. Started 12th, and then yeah, it was kind of just trying to ride around, trying to get some track position, and then the caution came out, so we were good on fuel. And then I got up to Andrew, and Andrew missed pit road, the caution in stage 1, and so he needed to save fuel. So essentially, I was just sitting behind Andrew trying to do what I could to protect his lead. And it worked out for the most part, but Mercado kind of got into me. Haven't really decided whose fault that was yet, but that gave me 40 seconds optionals. Got done. Stage 2 is just trying to obviously save fuel because, we were going to be good to make it. And yeah, because Andrew hadn't saved enough, so he had a pit. That screwed the rest of his race essentially, but worked out for me because I had saved fuel and my tires. So, and then, yeah, stage 3, it was kind of just riding around, taking even more care of my right front because at the end of stage 2, when I passed Garrett, I realized how big of an advantage it was to have a good right front. So first half of stage 1, took care of the right front, got to second, and then, yeah, just trying to stay consistent there. So taking 2, and then, yeah, we pulled it off and had plenty of speed to win the race. So overall was I felt a little vulnerable at the beginning of the race, but otherwise it felt really good. So
awesome. And having locked yourself into the championship 4, how do you feel about your chances in the championship 4 with that tough slate of tracks we got?
Yeah, I feel if I gotta say it like it is, probably my best round. Well, we got Darlington. I ran a ton of Darlington this week in terms of officials, so I had a lot of success there with the new horsepower and the lower downforce. I absolutely love it. Bristol is definitely one of my better short tracks, especially with the amount of grip there is. Just kind of worried about lap cars and stuff there. And then Las Vegas, I mean, one of my statistical, again, best tracks on iRacing in terms of intermediates. I'd have a lot of success there and plan to keep it rolling. So overall, I think that's my favorite round in the playoffs so far.
Well, we like to hear it. Confidence out of our points leader and now the first official driver locked into the championship. Well, we still got 2 more races in the round of 8. Obviously, at this point, you're just you're along for the ride. Are you going to go out there and try to continue to play spoiler for the remainder of the drivers in the playoffs for the last 2 races?
I think so, because I got to do what I can. Sonoma, going to be quite a challenge. Garrett seems to be talking it up a lot, so says it's his favorite track, so it sounds like he's going to be competitive there. Auto Club, I think that's just a toss-up. I mean, there's a lot of bumps, so you got to be able to handle the bumps well and manage your tires. But overall, it's still got a bigger track draft aesthetics, so it's going to be interesting to see at Auto Club. I think out of all the rounds, Auto Club is going to be the biggest toss-up.
All right. Well, anybody you would like to shout out Ryzen here before we let you go for the night?
Absolutely, shout out Premier Sim Racing Setup or Premier Racing Setups. Hooked me up with a great Ford Mustang tonight, so thank you to those guys. PRSSetups.com. Shout out to my teammate Angela McGarrigle, S2 Motorsports. Shout out to you guys up in the booth at High Velocity Racing League and for hosting and broadcasting this. Appreciate it.
All right, Ryzen. Congrats on the race win, locking yourself into the championship 4. We will catch you next week at Sonoma.
Thank you very much. Have a good night.
That is your race winner and our first official driver in the championship 4, Ryzen Baker. He's got a boatload of wins this season and just locked in another one right there. So that's going to do it here for us in the Iowa Corn 175. And we've got a couple more races on tap for the remainder of this week, including Dover tomorrow night for the ARCA series. So that's going to be an interesting one. They got 144 laps with air comp caution at 43. And then as we come back over to Wednesday night, our Xfinity series will be taking on Iowa here as well for a 168 lap race for the start of their round of 8 as well. So lots to do for the remainder of the week here in High Velocity Racing League and on the High Velocity Racing Network. We thank you for joining us tonight, and we'll catch you on, well, I'll catch you on next Monday for Sonoma, but we'll catch you next tomorrow night for the ARCA series of Dover.